Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to talk about how we calculate a sales tax. And we're also going to discuss something called a markup and a discount and how we can calculate the total either after a markup or after a discount. So the first thing to kind of remind ourselves of is what a sales tax is. So a sales tax is just any tax on a total sale, whether it's when you're going to the store and purchasing something, or if you're paying for an experience, such as like at a restaurant, or like if you go to the movies or something like that, a lot of times there is a sales tax. Now, sales tax in the United States is all dependent upon the state. So some states have sales tax, some states don't. And the sales tax percentage, like the percentage of what you're spending that's counted towards taxes, also depends like state to state. So we're going to use the Texas state sales tax for some of these examples, just so that way you can kind of see what it would be like in the state where you're currently living. But again, it depends on the state. So in the first example, we're going to talk about, let's say we were buying some things on Amazon, and let's say in our cart, the total was around $34. Okay. We'll keep it kind of even. The Texas state sales tax percentage at the moment is 8.25%, meaning whatever your total is, 8.25% of it is going to be added on for tax purposes. So if we want to figure out what is our total sales after tax, or even just like, okay, how much is going to be added in tax, what we have to do is we have to take a percentage of a number. So 8.25% of $34. Okay. And so remember, there's a couple of different ways that we can take a percentage. The quickest way to do it is to take the percentage amount, so 8.25, and multiply it by your total value, $34. And then because percent means out of 100, we divide it by 100. So for the sake of keeping this video short, I am not going to write out, like, I'm not going to do the math by hand. But if I completed it that way, 8.25 times 34 divided by 100. Another way I could have done this is move my decimal back two spaces to put the percentage as a decimal and then multiply it by 34. That would have also worked. This is equivalent to about, well, before I round it, it's going to be 2.8050. Now, when we're talking about money, we want to round it. So this is about 2.81 if we round it to the nearest hundredth. So that means our tax amount, the amount that's going to be added on in taxes, is about $2.81. So that means our total after taxes is simply going to be the $34 plus the $2.81, which is just $36.81. So if we were to like check out at Amazon and they're charging our card, this is how much we would be charged. Plus if there's like a delivery fee or something, but that's unclear. So this is how much the total would be after taxes. So you just have to be careful when you're calculating a sales tax. If the question is asking you for the tax amount, like how much is it in taxes, or what is the total after taxes? So for sales tax, we add the total taxes to the total purchase in our cart. Okay. Sometimes when we're shopping and whenever we see a sales tax, there might be other things that we need to consider. So in addition to, adding taxes on at the end, sometimes depending on where, we go shopping, there might be a discount on something, or there might be a markup on something, which is the opposite. So a markup is when something is marked up at a higher price. This tends to happen more so when stores such as like Costco or Target or Walmart are buying from a manufacturer, versus when we go shopping in stores, a lot of times we really only see a discount, which is when a percentage is taken off of something so we can get something for cheaper. But markups do happen. They're the opposite. So when we're calculating a markup or a discount, it's going to be a similar situation to when we take the tax or the percentage of something. So let's say we have a $10 t-shirt. Okay, I put it in both columns here. And let's say we're going to calculate what the markup of this t-shirt would be if it was marked up 25%, or what the price of this t-shirt would be if it was discounted 25%. So I forgot to tell you at the start of this video that if you want to kind of make a line that should go halfway or underneath the example we just did, and then just split this into two columns all the way down to the end of the page. That's kind of how you want to set it up. So I'll give you a moment to do that. And now that that's set up, let's go ahead and calculate it. So in both instances, we're going to take 25% of $10, 25% of $10. But what we do with this amount is going to depend on if it's a discount or a markup. So 25% of $10, this is equivalent to $2.50 if I did the calculation. So in a markup, since we are marking the item up at a higher price, the new price is going to be equivalent to the price of the original item, so $10, plus the price of the markup, so $2.50. So that means the new price of the t-shirt, if it's marked up, is $12.50, which isn't like horrible if we're considering the grand scheme of the pricing. But if it was like marked up like 100%, that would like double the price, right? Like that's insane. So markup prices can be a little bit not super great if you're trying to be smart with your money. But discounts are always good, right? If you can buy something for cheaper, that's always great, like pretty good. So let's say if this was discounted, and if it's discounted by $2.50, then the way we find the new price is we simply take the $10 and we subtract the $2.50. So the t-shirt price after the discount of $2.50 is $7.50. So a lot of times what happens if you do go shopping somewhere is if there's a discount, they will take this discount, but then a lot of times there's still a tax, right? So if I was in Texas, I would have to take 8.25% of this, and I would have to add it back on. So sometimes what ends up happening is the discount and the tax kind of cancel each other out. So you end up just kind of paying the original price. Sometimes you may even, the discount didn't really save you any money. So a lot of times the higher the discount percentage, the more likely it is you're actually going to save money on your total because of the tax. So sometimes when you're doing a problem, you may need to only calculate the discount, only calculate the tax. Sometimes it may want you to do both. So the way that we would calculate the tax is after the discount is taken, unless it specifies to take the tax before the discount. But in the real world, that's not really how it works. So it's taxed on the total kind of after all of the discounts or after all of the markups. So to practice, mainly what you're doing is taking percentages of a number and then either adding or subtracting those amounts. So you have 2 practice questions today. Here is the first one. So let's say you have a purchase that totals $102. And let's say the sales tax percentage of this is 6%. So this is not Texas, this is somewhere else. What would the total be after taxes? And I would suggest after you find 6% of $102, make sure that gets rounded to the nearest hundredth. So that way it makes sense as we're adding money. And then the second question is, if you're looking at 2 different kind of situations, which one would be the better deal, or which one would be the cheaper option after the discount is made or the markup is made? So let's say you have shoes costing $20 that were marked up by 18%, or let's say you have shoes costing $70 that were discounted at 42%, which is going to be kind of the cheapest option, and maybe by how much. So look to see like what is the difference after you calculate the markup and the discount of these 2 different items. As always, you can check your answers in the table of contents or with your teacher. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye.